We're about to do some redneck rally racing. It's a Chevy Malibu versus a Yamaha race bike. You give it the 3 honks. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rusty Nuts Media. Today, Cody's over here working on the car with me. We're gonna start today working on the car to get it ready for the track this coming Friday. We're gonna take another go at the stock turbo record with the C16, everything like that. And then any issues we had last time at the track, we're gonna try to fix those up, dial the car in, make sure everything is ready to go, a lot stiffer, a lot more sturdy, and we'll make sure we're ready for it this time. So right now, we're gonna start by taking this radiator cap off with these hoses. And what I'm gonna do is see if I can find any cracks or anything in here, because you can see it was spraying coolant just a little bit at higher RPM all the way back to the windshield. So we're gonna see if we can see any cracks or anything we can seal up on this and make sure it's solid. Probably gonna go to the performance parts store, AKA the junkyard, and see if we can get a spare one just in case, have it ready to go too. It's pretty easy to swap out. It's like 2 clamps, 1 bolt, and 1 hose. So we're gonna make sure we're good on that side. Then we're also going to get the wastegate off, get this stripped bolt out right here, get this one out. We're gonna take those to the hardware store and get 2 new bolts that are just normal Allen head bolts, so it's easy to replace. We're gonna go ahead and get the other wastegate put on with the tighter spring in it, so all that's good to go. And then after we get all that stuff off the car and we take everything, start buying all the replacement parts we need, we'll go ahead and get the shifter out today also. So today we're just taking a couple things off the car. We're gonna be taking them with us to either the junkyard to get a couple spare parts or to the hardware store to get replacement parts and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that now.
Get
All right, guys, looking at the shifter assembly here, the outside assembly, all 4 of these points have cracked plastic where they mount to the car. Like this one's all torn apart. These are basically non-existent, so the bolt was just sitting there. Same over here on this side. So we'll either try to come up with some kind of fix for this to get us a bolt hole here that's solid, or we'll have to find us a new one of these. And that's just the plastic assembly, shifter assembly piece. Now, as far as the actual shifter assembly here, what we're gonna do with this point, this is where one of the shifter cables attaches to. We're gonna take this bushing off. You can put an adapter on this. It goes over this piece right here. It drops your ball down a little bit. It's probably right in here. A lot of people say it shortens the throw a little bit. I'm not worried about shortening the throw. I just want it to be a much better style bushing, which you can get on the bottom of that. So this will be a lot stiffer instead of just flopping around however it wants to. It'll be a lot more solid. And then the other bushing, this white piece right here where we can see it down in the side, this is the one that I showed in the last video that had this zip tie on here. Like I said, I didn't do that. All my zip ties are black. That's how you know if I did it or not. So moving this thing around, you see a lot of movement in there. I want to eliminate all that, so I'm going to get a metal bushing replacement to go right in here. Take this zip tie off and see if I can tighten that up a whole lot. And then also on the side, let's see if I can show you here. So this rod comes down, it connects to this rod that runs into that bushing right there. If you can see that on the camera. So it's got a little up and down play between this little rod and this little rod, which is actually just a little spring right here. So it's got a little movement. I might try to bend these slightly to kind of bend them down, make that just a little bit tighter to where it doesn't have so much play in it. So replace that, add a little extension, replace this one, bend these to be a little bit tighter, and then also right up here, where this comes across to here, it's got a little clip on the end of it. That's got quite a lot of play in it also. I might try to get a little shim to put in behind this E-clip that's right here, C-clip, E-clip, whatever you want to call it. I might try to get a little shim to put in that to where it doesn't have any movement in it either, to make sure this shifter assembly is as tight as you can possibly get it. So that's the plans for the shifter assembly. Onto the little coolant cap, radiator hose, whatever you want to call it, where all these seams are, all the way around it, where any potential leaks could be. I'm probably just going to reinforce with either some type of silicone or JB weld or something, which I don't think that's where the leak is. It could be coming out of the cap. Cody noticed a little tear and some dry rotting around this right here. So we're gonna get a replacement cap for this. So we make sure we've got a good seal here and also inside right down in there. And then also a lot of the discoloration is around the pressure relief right over here. So this did not have a clamp on it. So it could be when it gets to really high pressure and it starts to release, when it goes to blow coolant out through this way, it could just be flying back out this way. So we've got a clamp. We're gonna put on that hose right there and try to reinforce that. So that's gonna solve that hopefully. And then moving on to the wastegate, we're gonna put the new wastegate in. Cody's got a bolt, I've got a bolt. He's gonna see if he can find one. I'm gonna see if I can find one. We're gonna have a race to who can find the first correct bolt quickly. And then we'll get that put in, no problems at all. So those are gonna be our biggest 3 fixes so far. We're gonna get all that stuff worked out either tomorrow or the next day, sometime this week. We'll update you as we go. Get it all put back in the car, make sure everything's ready to rock. And that's gonna be it for now. So that's just a little update for today. We've got everything off. We know what we need to do. We're gonna go to the Performance Parts junkyard and get a couple parts from there, like a replacement mirror, maybe another radiator hose with a different setup on it, just to have a spare in case we blow that one. Just a couple little things here and there. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Just a quick little update for you. And then as we move along and we start replacing parts, we'll probably do a whole episode on the shifter assembly. So if you wanted to stiffen up yours, you know, if ours works right, you can do it too, just how we do it. So we'll see you in the next video. As far as that goes, say bye.
See ya.
See ya. Bye guys.